So anybody who doesn't think it's important to track these key KPIs and effectively change the behaviors that affects them will probably not find success in retail today. So I've been working with the Aldo brand for over 30 years now, and I've worked extensively in Asia, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Primarily, I've been focused on performance management systems and linking specific KPIs to behaviors that directly impact the overall performance of retail businesses. Retail has changed a great deal over the last 10 years. It used to be possible for an average brand, for example, to still be successful. And especially in developing markets like Vietnam, because modern trade was at its very beginning, it was okay. If you were an international brand and you came, that was enough. You didn't need excellence in visual merchandising, you didn't need excellence in product selection, you didn't need excellence in customer service, you just needed the brand. And that gave you success. But it's not like that anymore. Not only has the customer evolved in the developing world and developing markets, but brand competition has grown significantly in the last 10 years. So now you're competing against other brands with similar offerings, and so the difference between 1 basis point of conversion can be the difference of success or failure. Just 1 basis point increase in conversion is around 15 to 16% increase on top line sales. If you add on top of that an increase in AOV by 10%, now you're over 20% increase in top line sales. So anybody who doesn't think it's important to track these key KPIs and effectively change the behaviors that affects them will probably not find success in retail today. In the past, when I first started working with traffic counters 20 years ago, you had to work with raw data and you had to do all your own analysis because the companies that were providing you with traffic counters, that's all you got. They did not explain which customers were non-customers, meaning that your own staff counted in traffic, non-customers like children and certain customers, or even mall staff and different people that enter and exit your store. All of that was part of your data, your traffic data. AI can differentiate data now. It can tell you who is real traffic. It can tell you how long people stay. You can decide if you want to have a certain number of seconds before traffic gets counted, so that the person that affected the traffic counter but never really stopped isn't part of your traffic. AI has all of those capabilities, but in the past, companies had to do all of that by themselves through statistics. So one of the first things we needed to do here was create consistency and accuracy. We didn't immediately start working with Palexi on the more advanced capabilities of the AI tools because we first needed to create a foundation around traffic conversion and average order value. We knew that the behaviors that are linked to those key KPIs, whether it be greeting a customer within 15 seconds, whether it be offering presenting the merchandise in a certain way at the bench, whether it's thanking and reassuring the customer at the end of a sale, all of those types of basic behaviors, we needed to establish that foundation first. As we worked with Palexi more, we started working more with interaction rates, how long customers stayed in the store, where they went in the store. We even started testing fraud detection now, which is kind of a next step for us, which is, of course, available from Palexi as well. So I think that for us, it was really the specific behaviors, creating consistency, and then tracking how that affected the different KPI, whether it be traffic, whether it be conversion, or whether it be item per transaction. So those are behaviors we can track with Palexi. Sure. I think that one of the first things that we noticed that was affecting our conversion in a really big way was the customer to staff ratio, meaning how many customers one staff member talks to within an hour, was too high during the peak traffic periods. And so we realized that customers during our most important hours were not getting the best service because we didn't have enough people on the roster. We also realized that because of the original way that we scheduled, that we were only employing full-time people. So there was a lot of overlapping shifts that were very difficult to change, because if you bring in 3 people in the morning and you have 3 people at night, you end up with 6 people overlapping in the middle of the day, but that's not when our peak traffic periods were. So we recognized the need to have employees that could work 4-hour shifts. So by using Polexi to track the number of customers every hour versus the number of staff we had active in the store, we were able to establish a customer to staff ratio by hour and then create an automatic scheduler that would recommend the number of people you would have on your schedule each hour based on the average number of customers that would enter your store during those peak traffic periods. And so that's something that we've now implemented, I would say, at 80%. We're still going through the process of balancing our full-time and part-time teams, but it's an ongoing process that's helping us with our conversion. I really respect the flexibility that Polexi has shown. In the early relationship, our alliance with Polexi has been really effective because Polexi's done a very good job explaining the technology that they can offer. They've been flexible enough to create reporting specific to our needs, and they've constantly demonstrated excellence in customer service. When we needed things changed, if we needed reports modified, Polexi was there for us to understand our needs and make those modifications. I think the other thing that's been really great with Polexi is just constantly being reminded of what could be next, what extra services we could work on together as we establish those foundational rules and policies.